betting exchange, and it's time for the snake draft. Now, you guys are probably familiar with the snake draft in your fantasy leagues, but we're going to do it with the slate of games at the NBA tonight. There are 10 games on the board here, and we're going to snake 9 of them. Alex Glaze, our sports betting aficionado, has decided our order. He pulled our names out of a hat, supposedly. We're going to keep this one fair, and then he's going to tell us what he thinks about our picks, and this is going to serve as our portfolio tonight. So, Alex, who's going first?
Well, Erik's going to get our first pick, and then we're going to go Jeff, and then you, Katie. And I will be giving my thoughts of your picks after each round, so choose wisely.
Oh, choose wisely. Well, we know Alex doesn't hold back, so I'm slightly nervous for this one. Erik, start us off.
I'm very nervous with this pick, but I'm going with it. Orlando Magic and Golden State Warriors. I'm taking the Warriors in this matchup. They just lost to the Spurs. Steph shot 7 for 28. We know that's not going to happen again. They're going back home, playing in front of their home crowd. The Magic have the 26th rated defense in the NBA, so a lot of points for the Warriors.
All right. Back to the board. What do you think?
Okay, I'm taking Cleveland and Milwaukee, and I'm actually giving Cleveland the 6.5. They've covered in their last 7 games, and right now it's kind of shaky whether George Hill or Giannis are going to be in the game. So, coupled with that, also with the Cavs, the way they've been playing tough this season. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think they can keep it close. Might be able to steal one. I don't know. I'm giving them the points either way.
All right, looking back at the board, I'm going to take the Bulls versus the Nuggets, and I'm actually going to do Chicago minus 3.5 here. The Nuggets are probably one of the most injured teams in the NBA right now. They're without Murray, they're without Porter Jr., Austin Rivers is in COVID protocol. So I think that the Bulls really have the depth here on the bench, especially with all of those injuries. And yes, the former MVP is playing the Joker, but I think that the Bulls have enough height in order to contain him. So I'm going to lay the points with the Bulls minus the 3.5. Alex, what do you think?
Let's start with the first overall pick. Erik, you are more bold than I am, laying those 16 points in the NBA. That's a lot of points. I know the Magic aren't great, but the Warriors aren't necessarily playing their best basketball right now. So I'm not sure I would do that, but more power to you. Jeff, I like your pick, getting ahead of potential injury news, because we know that could break your way or the other way, but pocketing those 6.5 points is probably a safe bet. Katie, you probably have my favorite pick of the round, laying the points with the Bulls. I really like this matchup just because Nikola Jokic is playing, but he doesn't really have a whole lot around him. Bulls have the size to maybe disrupt things a little bit for him, and they have the skill players to really go at the Nuggets tonight. So I like them.
All right, Alex, very smart guy over there. Really appreciate you tonight. Starting round 2, and we're going with me. I'm the snake draft. I got to remember this. All right, so I'm going to take the Hawks versus the Timberwolves, and I'm actually going to give the 2 points to the Hawks. Now, I know their offense has been a little bit inconsistent. They've also had a lot of injuries and COVID protocols, but they're starting to get healthier again. And head-to-head, these two teams, the Hawks are 5-1 straight up against the Timberwolves, and against the spread, they are 10-4-1 when traveling on the road versus the Timberwolves. So I'm going to do that.
Okay, I like that. I'm going to go San Antonio, Phoenix, and I'm giving the Spurs the 7.5. They beat the Warriors in their last game, and they've won 4 straight. They seem to be playing real well over these last few games. I think Phoenix may win, but I don't know if it's going to be a blowout, so I'm comfortable giving them the 7.5.
Nice. I'm going with the Grizzlies, heading down to Miami to play the Miami Heat. I'm taking the Heat in this matchup. Now, the Grizzlies just won a game by 73 points, and they're gonna wish that they saved some of those points for this Heat matchup.
Yeah.
Heat maybe getting Jimmy Butler back in the fold, and they haven't been playing the best ball, but I think at home they're gonna have some pride and win this game by 4.5.
All right, that's round 2. Alex, what do you think?
Not so sure about your pick, Katie. I like your first round pick, but I'm not so sure how I feel about backing the Hawks. It's probably a stay away from me. But Jeff, I actually really do like your pick because Devin Booker is going to be out. So taking the 7.5 points, Phoenix going to be without Booker. I like that. And Erik, I really like your pick as well, even more now that you're telling me that Jimmy Butler is going to be playing, because Bam Adebayo is going to be out. And the Heat had lost 3 of 4 with Jimmy and Bam out of their lineup. So if they're getting him back, that's a big boost for them.
All right, Erik, with a little comeback there in the second round. You're starting us off for the third round. Let's
back
go.
From that crazy first round pick. For my third round pick, I'm going Wizards and Pacers. I'm taking the Pacers in this matchup. The Wizards playing some tough ball right now. They're not playing well. They're playing in the second game of a back-to-back, so I'm going to take the Pacers at home.
All right.
Okay, cool. I got this one locked. I'm going Philly, Charlotte, taking the 6.5, laying all that down for the Sixers. Right now, the COVID protocols are hitting Charlotte heavy.
Yeah.
LaMelo, Terry Rozier, McDaniels is out, Mason Plumlee's out due to injury, so they're going to be short-handed. I think Philly's the healthier team and the better team with the current personnel that's going to be on the floor. So go with the Sixers.
Good one. I like that.
All right, well, I'm not left with a whole lot here, but I'm going to take the Clippers versus the Trailblazers, and I'm going to take the Clippers -3. Both of these teams on a little bit of a skid here. The Blazers have lost their last 2 games, and the Clippers have lost 4 of their last 5. Now, there's some injuries here, too. Most notably, Lillard is out, and they haven't played that good without him. They were a lock at home. They were 10-1 at home, but without him, they've lost their last 2. And I just think that Paul George on the Clippers, he hasn't really been scoring that much, under 20 in the last 2 games, but I think he's going to have a bounce-back win tonight, so I like the Clippers -3. Alex, what do you think of round 3?
Solid round, guys. It's a lot of injuries and a lot of COVID COVID protocols, I should say. But Jeff, you probably had my favorite pick of the round. I really like the Sixers tonight. Yes, because of the COVID protocols on Charlotte's end, but also second night of a back-to-back for the Hornets. So you're going to have a bunch of guys that were playing in the G League last week on a back-to-back in the NBA. I don't like this spot for them at all, so I like the Sixers.
All right, well, thank you, Alex, for not holding back. And let's take one look at the rest of our board tonight and see how we're doing here, guys. All right, I'm feeling pretty confident. I almost feel like maybe we should have switched the third and the second round based on the feedback we got.
Yeah, we got better as the draft went.
Yes. Well, I'm looking forward to see your Golden State -16 hitting tonight. That's going to be a wild
That's going to be
one.
amazing.
An absolutely wild one. All right, everybody, you're watching The Betting Exchange live on MSG. This was our snake draft, but we've got something odd coming up. You're not going to miss it. We will be right back.